Jim, congratulations, 3 points tonight, and probably a fair reward for a very dominant first half, particularly.
Yeah, it's hard, you see, because I got asked that question by one of the guys outside, whether it was a deserved win, and I think, well, you take out games what you can take out. Yeah. It's not all about possession, it's all about end product, and we've been working really hard on. We've only had a couple of days to work on the shape, so people might be surprised with no left back. But Dan Keighren was ill on Monday, and thinking, well, what we're going to do? I've been wanting to try and get Festus in, and I thought he did brilliant again tonight. Against one of the best strikers in the league, who kind of kept asking questions off his shoulder. But no, I think we'd have been really disappointed with what we put into the game if we'd not come away with all 3 points.
You've been bemoaning some of the finishing in recent weeks, but there was a real cutting edge today, and it was provided first of all by Ash Palmer, but then by Tom Walker. And on his return to Edgeley Park, you could see, we talked the other day about how he's matured, and he really has.
No, I think he's a league player with a real chance, and what a great platform for him for the next 3 months, and BT Sport as well, and the great quality in the cross. Like I said, he's got a real good composure. There was a couple of times when he broke and he didn't run into blind alleys. He was clever enough to check out and then break again and feed the ball to people. But when he picked up the ball before his goal and ran through a back that said he's going to score, and then hit the post. But yeah, I was really pleased with the short corner because we'd worked on that in training. You're going back to Wembley, first goal, first corner. But again, you need players who've got that instinct and composure to be able to hurt teams with things like that, and really pleased for Ash because good connection. But that's what we're saying. We needed a bit more punch. If you look at the Fylde game, for example, we had great breaking power, got the win, and against the likes of Wrexham, we had the set plays to hurt teams. So, and then after that, it's just about honesty and hard work to keep a clean sheet. And I think that's why I think our fans got on their feet, because they respected our lads put in a shift tonight to keep a clean sheet.
In the second half, obviously you could have been 2, 3, even 4 up at half time. It was that good. But in the second half, they changed their shape again. They went to a back 4. You reacted maybe 10, 15 minutes into the half by doing similar. It was a real game of chess in that second half, and they created more chances.
Well, I think it's not always sometimes about the shape. It's about the quality on the ball and the probing, and we'd have done the same. If we were losing 2-0, we would have probably taken one of the back 5 off, gone to a 4 and brought on Adam Hamill to try and engineer something and gone back to 4-2-3-1. And I think they've done something similar. You kind of felt that they might overload Joe Leasley down that side. So we kind of had to change shape and try and get Tom Walker out there. And that took a little bit away from his counter-attacking threat. So hence the change with Dan Keighren. I was tempted to put Dan Keighren as right back and put Festus into midfield when Paul got the yellow. But I thought Festus did really well against one of their biggest threats, Jimmy Torre. And I think if he had his shooting boots on in the game, he could have got himself a goal. But you can see his threat. You can see why he's got 7 goals, why he's the top goal scorer. But like I said, from our perspective, there was we've worked really hard on the training ground. And I think we've not... like you said, we've bemoaned a few things in the last sort of 5 or 6 games, but I knew that there was 6, 7, 8 players who were good enough. I think there's 2, 3, 4, 5 players who, if they work really hard at the game, will be good enough. But in the meantime, we just needed a touch of quality to come into the club to kind of give us that belief that we're going to go and create opportunities and score goals, and I think we've seen that tonight with Tom Walker.
You mentioned earlier on the interview here about hard work and effort. I think as a wing back, you've really got to show that, haven't you, for that position to work. Sam Minihan, outstanding tonight. And Joe Leasley on the other side, he's had a difficult time since he's come to Edgeley Park, but what a performance from him again, particularly in the first half. And it must have been great for him to hear the fans really getting behind him. Yeah,
I think when we do the stats, the GPS tracking, Sam Minihan works extremely hard anyway, always one of the top performers, and that's why he catches the eye in terms of his overall input into the game. And got himself into great positions where he could have even got a goal. And there was a goal threat on Saturday as well. Joe on the other side's worked extremely hard. I think the difficult thing sometimes for Joe, and I think, is that sometimes when you play up front, you're kind of not really seeing the goal. You're kind of having to play in pockets. And I think it was a breath of fresh air for him, really, to be playing in a position where he can see the game, he can use his pass, he can get his crosses in early, he can get on the ball. Rather than being the bouncer, he's the one receiving it and getting crosses in. So I think he was... I had a good chat with him about the role, and I thought he could bring a little bit more out from him. And I think I was really pleased. Dan Keighren was ill on Monday, but I did think about playing this shape at Sutton. We played the shape we did, and we got a clean sheet. But I think tonight, there was just a little bit more about us tonight. And I was really pleased because it's a fantastic evening, great advert for the club in terms of the pitch, the atmosphere, the crowd, and get the win. So I think really pleasing. A lot of compliments from the TV guys about, not just about our players and their quality and their honesty and their work, but also for the fans, because there was a stage when we needed that 12th man just to lift everybody, and they got right behind the lads, and a bit of high drama at the end. You know what I'm always saying about foul. Yeah. We'll be disappointed with the goal we conceded. I'm sure Ben will be. No, overall, we're really pleased. And if I can say one thing about that, back over the last 5 or 6 weeks, I was always a bit worried about this time last year when I was on that run. I was kind of hearing things, but when I walk the street and I'm at the school gates, I think there's so much belief, not just from myself but also the players, that we're a good side and that we're doing the right things, and if we keep working hard, we'll come good. So if I can thank all the people that have supported us for the last 5 or 6 weeks and believe that it's just a few more things done better that make a difference, and tonight we did that, and you can see the results of it.
That's lovely saying that confidence boost has come at a good time, hasn't it? Because Dagenham and Redbridge coming on Saturday. Are they arguably one of the surprise packages this season? They're doing probably better than I expected them to do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Halifax, Dover, Bromley, nothing surprises me really. I think every team's got some quality. Every team's got on the day can cause problems. Sometimes you need one or two things to go right for you, whether that be a decision. I've seen their highlights against, I think, Dover. Manager and 2 players sent off when really they should have been out of sight with 3 penalties. So there's a few things need to go for you. It's fine margins. You've seen that. I mean, when we went on a run of 5 wins in 6, we weren't outstanding. We weren't much better than anybody else. We were just ruthless on the break, excellent on set plays, and that epitomising the Fylde game and the Wrexham game. And I think we need to get back to that. We're not going to outplay anybody. We've got our way of playing, but we need to have the ability to play. We need to have the ability to attack quickly. We need to be able to hurt teams on set plays. We need to be rock solid on set plays. And I think once we see all those things, you'll see the wins coming. And but Saturday's going to be really tough. Our lads put in a lot of work Monday and Tuesday to get prepared for tonight. We'll be in tomorrow. It'd be a difficult session because you need some players with a bit of work, and our lads need recovery. We have 1 day less rest than Dagenham. It's going to be a tough game, so I just have to see how we're feeling on Thursday, and hopefully the energy comes back, and I'm sure that the players after tonight will have definitely a lot more mental energy come Saturday.
And just finally, Niall Bell, I thought, led the line really well for you tonight and played his heart out, but Devante Rodney comes into the mix now, doesn't he? I've had a little chat with him. He fancies being involved this weekend. Is that a likely possibility? Well,
again, a little bit like Tom Walker. We're going to have to just... I think maybe I wasn't totally fair on Joe Leasley and Adam Hamill. They were straight in there. And it was difficult because they're probably not as match fit and not as... So we just have to be careful with Devante. I think definitely if we're going to play that system, having Devante as an option up front with a Niall, that kind of gives Adam Thomas a break. He works extremely hard and then doesn't have that zip then. He's looked really tired. So having those players in gives us an opportunity to rotate the squad and rest players. But yeah, I mean, you can see the difference that Tom Walker's made tonight. And I think the likes of Devante, if he's available for us, it'll be a massive boost because it gives us another fresh pair of legs with pace and quality, which is what we've been looking for. But credit to Belly and Frank. Frank put in a shift on Saturday. Belly's done reasonably well. I think he's done well in terms of the goal, creating a goal for Tom. That little bit of craft that he brings to the team. So I think the lads have got a chance of being really good players at this level, but they have to work really hard. And then some of them are playing catch up because they've not had the fitness levels because of different injuries. But like I said, Devante wasn't in to really replace anybody. It was just to supplement us and give us a different attacking edge. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of our players fully fit, because I don't think our squad's been as strong as this from what I remember in non-league.
And you're going to start the game 3 points off the playoffs. Just goes to show about, you talked about fine margins earlier. Suddenly everyone's looking up again instead of down.
Well, some teams are in good form and that, but like I said, there's a good side tonight. Hartlepool, good side. You can see the quality they bring. The ex-league players like Michael Raines and Jimmy Torre's a real talent. They've got players that could be playing higher. I think we've got a couple of players that could be playing higher. There'll be worse players in the league than them, but that shows you the standard of the National League. It is the 5th division, and it's attracting a lot of good full-time players. It's for us, Dagenham is all about just sort of being able to, you've got to remember being at Sutton, long trip, Wednesday night, we train Monday, Tuesday. It's probably a massive task, and we've always had a very flat performance on a Saturday, going back to the Blythes and the other games where we've not really delivered. So we're going to have to be careful and maybe have a look at freshening up at the right positions and manage the subs as well. But I'm really looking forward to it. The lads have shown that they've got something about them tonight, and I think that our fans will be really looking forward to Saturday now.
It's a great 3 points. Well done, Jim.
Thanks so much.